Now, I'm a little late to the party on this, but I feel that because I am late, that it is all the more reason to talk about it. Do you recognize this minifigure? That's right, it's Mistake's Oni form from LEGO Ninjago. Quick question, who do you think is the target demographic for this minifigure? If you said kids, well, yeah, that is at least LEGO's official target market. Yes, the build a minifigure section of each LEGO store, because it's basically the most kid-aimed thing in the store these days. It's clearly designed to get a parent to spend just a little bit more money in order to put together a few minifigures in an interactive activity that keeps the memory fresh in the kids' minds. Therefore, adding Ninjago minifigure parts is a no-brainer, right? Ninjago is a younger kids theme, after all. Within this modern adult-oriented LEGO market, I have to specify the younger now. But the truth is, the 6 to 10 year olds these days don't care for a character like this. Or at least, they don't care any more than they would for, say, the Overlord from 2014. If you showed a kid a figure, one of these villain minifigures, they might go, oh, that's neat. Or they might hate it entirely because they have their iPads and their Fortnite and Dragon's Rising. They don't need this Oni Mistake. They don't even know who that is, because Dragon's Rising is animated by an entirely different studio, entirely differently. So why would they care about the washed out colours, the stiff animation, and the over 5 years old Wilfilm stuff when they could see the flashing bright colours and the shocking choreography of modern Ninjago? That sounds silly, but we live in a media overload era where content is almost constantly in violent competition with each other for fractional view time. Fundamentally, the kids of today just do not see this figure and think, oh wow, it's Oni Mistake, wow, I need that. And therein lies the point. Even if they're down at the LEGO store and they see the pieces to this, are they going to put Oni Mistake together? Like, specifically, ignore the other characters for a moment, just Oni Mistake. The only exclusive part here is the face print. Are they going to find that, or are they going to put Garmadon? I think Garmadon is also included in these, so clearly they're not who they're targeting with this. Because 5 years ago, they finally realized that the original wave of fans had become adults. And now 5 years later, even more people have reached the ripe old age of wallet opening. Mistake specifically only featured in Hunted, a season that aired closer to a decade ago now. Coincidence? Now, this alone wouldn't drive me to outrage, it would annoy me, but it's a clear business move to drag more people into the physical LEGO store locations. Modern shopping is online shopping after all. It does frustrate me to no end that they didn't simply put her in a set, but I get why they decided to do this. The issue, however, is obviously quantity and supply. Ultimately, LEGO stores are just not that common. Where I live, the closest one is multiple hours away, and I'm one of the lucky ones who actually lives in a country with LEGO stores. I wasn't willing to drive halfway across the country just to pick up a few minifigures that I could presumably get online. And this is what makes everything way worse. Because when I realized that I wasn't going to be able to reach the LEGO store in time, I decided to brave the scalper-infested waters of eBay and Bricklink, and I realized what LEGO was actually trying to do here. Do you remember these? Toys R Us Bricktober packs, 20 quid for 4 figures. They released them for like 2 years because Toys R Us was still a thing back in 2017, 2018. These days, the Ninjago ones at least go for exorbitant prices. Or worse, that one cube from 2015 with the Lloyd minifigure. That thing is scary expensive. Welcome to the LEGO aftermarket. Minifigures have value and LEGO knows that. This isn't news, obviously. Everyone knows that they know that we know that they know that, and I know that they know that, and you know that they know that, and they know now that they know that. What might be news to you, however, is that while the rarity of the Bricktober packs was the natural result of a product going out of stock and then those remaining numbers slowly growing in value, because, you know, basic economics, LEGO has decided that they don't like how little control they have over that artificial inflation. It is, after all, obviously their own product, and people are selling it for more money than they are. How do I know this? Well, have you tried to look any of these Ninjago Build-A-Minifigures on Bricklink? Oh, what's that? You just did, and they are not officially listed. Yeah, that's right. Right now you can only get these minifigures as custom listings on the website, meaning that the most reasonable way to slightly offset the cost of ordering something like this by maybe also perusing the seller's other products in their store is not possible. I checked prior Build-A-Minifigure drops too, by the way. They're all on here. And what do you know? Who recently brought out Bricklink? Oh, that's right, the LEGO company. So, to break this down, this is a fairly predatory move. First off, the fear of missing out aspect. With limited stock, you have to get your rear down to LEGO Store stat, because who knows when they'll run out. Stocks are limited after all. Gosh, everyone wants to go. Then, the rising aftermarket prices being on the horizon. Even worse, you now have a punishment in the line if you do not get down to LEGO Store and buy them immediately, no matter how far away you are from a LEGO store. LEGO doesn't care. At the moment, they aren't beyond the pale of all rationality because ultimately some people just do live near LEGO stores. I know, a shocking thought, huh? Those people can simply walk down, pick up a pack of them, and then resell them on eBay and make a tiny profit. What's going to be scary is when they do run out, and LEGO presumably allows Bricklink to acknowledge them as actual products. I would hope that's what's happened, and this has simply been a case of the prior ones not being that interesting, and so no one's noticed, thus smoothly flowing off the open retail stage and into LEGO's own now privately controlled secondary market. Then the price will balloon. And LEGO doesn't actually have to tell us how many of these parts they've actually made. So, in summary, I'm quite concerned about the future of this. Ultimately, Oni Mistake is just one new face print. That's it, it's the only exclusive part on it. But Pixel and Dareth and even the March of the Oni Nia, they're a bit more exclusive. What I'm concerned about is that this is going to become a trend. LEGO will introduce some limited time item, they'll lock it behind a seemingly reasonable and understandable business move to get people to flock down to the stores. And then they'll transition them nice and neatly off to the aftermarket where they can rake in even more money from the natural inflation of scarcity over time. LEGO is, after all, a company, and a company's goals always wrap back around to profit. So I was just editing this back and I realised that I might have gone a little bit too conspiratory here, at least in my language and the like. To be clear, this is more of a warning for people watching and less of a lamentation of the state of our capitalist society or whatnot. I know people are going to defend LEGO, perhaps rightfully so. They're not doing anything illegal. It's just a little bit shady. It's just always good to be informed, and in this case, they released a bunch of legacy sets recently, and these figures could have fit in there just fine.